In this video, we're going to have a look at creating the images to go with the content you've created. Now, what you're going to be doing this before you hit the publish button. But I just want to show you what I would do before I actually hit the publish button to come up with ideas for the images for my social media. So, for example, here, if you look at this this post, what I've done is I basically just taken the title of the post, and I have just put it on a background image along with the domain name, so I can get traffic when that goes off into Google, and you don't know where it's going to end up. It'll always send traffic back to that domain name because it's there. So you always want to make sure that you mark all your images with your domain name or your Instagram account or something like that, so that you avail of all the place that it goes to and you get the traffic, rather than somebody maybe coming along and posting that on another website and you're not getting the traffic from it. So always make sure that you put your domain name on each image. So basically that is one image that I have created from the content, and I've just basically taken the post title. But what you can do is, if you just read back through the blog post, the email that you've wrote, there's going to be some sentences that are going to jump out. There's going to be some sound bites, a quote or something like that that's going to there's something that you can maybe rework into a simple quote that you can put on a background image. So all of a sudden then you've gone from maybe having only one image, you can have maybe 2 or 3 from just one blog post, and you've basically just created, you've created so much, a lot of content from that blog post. So for example here, if I was going to go through this post myself and I was going to create more images, what I could do is, let me see, there's something I could use. I could use this quote here, why not switch your device and head to airplane mode. Something you've probably seen, Instagram images or things on Twitter or something like that. There's a simple idea like that, and I could actually just copy this line out and I could put it on a background image like the one at the top of this blog post, and all of a sudden I've gone from 2 images. Let me see what else I could do. Again, I could rework some of this. As Jim Rohn says, the beach, you're giving up a portion of your life with the work you're doing. So you could use maybe this short quote, you're giving up a portion of your life for the work that you're doing, a portion that you'll never get back, and isn't it best to get your money's worth from that hour of work? Now I could rework this, I could summarize it down into a shorter sentence, but that is another thing I could pull out of this post and I could use it for another image. Let me see. I could use even this kind of humorous line, about laptops and sand not mixing well. I could do maybe somebody who's sitting on a deck chair, one of these gurus or one of these kind of make $1 million in 10 seconds kind of people, and I could take a pop at it by, having maybe a laptop covering sand or something like that, and I could basically just take, as I said, just a small line from this thing. So all of a sudden now I have gone from having nothing at all to having 3 or 4 images that I can use on the social media for that day. I could set them up on Instagram, I could set them up with some software to run out through the day to all my networks. And again, I have just taken content that I've already created to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to canva.com, and what I'm going to do is we are going to create a simple template that you can use over and over again. So if you have a look here, if you haven't got an account at canva.com, if you just come over to canva.com, get yourself signed up, and this is going to be the first page that you're going to be faced with. So what we're going to do is we're going to select a generic template that you can use. Now in this case we're going to use, you can use the 800 by 800, which will look good on Twitter, Pinterest and all these different places. You won't need to resize the image over and over again. You're better off doing just kind of a generic image size. Now what I'm going to do is, because I do a lot of posting on Instagram, I am going to use the Instagram template. But again, as I said, I'm going to rework it so it's going to give me a basic bones, and then I can just swap in and out the images, play around with the text, and I'm good to go. So what I have done is, what you can do is you can actually select one of the templates when you do get signed in, and you select, let me see, once you select the template, Canva then is going to give you different options that you can use. So if you wanted to use one of their templates, you know, you can either use it as it is or you can strip it back to the very basics. So I'm going to show you how to do both. Just wait for this page to load up here. Now bear in mind too, when you are selecting the templates, that some of these have a price tag and some of these are free. So what we're looking for is something simple that can be reused over and over again. Now this one here is a paid template. You'll see the $ in it, so stay away from those. You know, you can get good enough social media images with the free templates. So for example here, if I wanted to select this template here, it's just a matter of clicking on it. It'll load up here, and what I like about this template is easily. It doesn't matter what, you know, some of these other ones here you might have to change the images and stuff like that, but if you're just basically doing a kind of simple text on an image background, you know, these are good enough. So depending on which one you want to use, once you have it set up, it's just a matter of coming back again and again, just changing the text and whatever way you want to use it. Now if you're not happy with these templates here, what you can do is you can strip everything away from this. Just select it and then come up to the trash can. It's just taking a moment to do it. So again, just hit the trash can up here and it'll delete all this stuff away. You won't be using it. So now of course you could actually create a template this size, but because it's already done for you, you know, it's quicker doing it this way. So I've just basically deleted everything away here. I have this background here, so no matter what image I slot in, it'll fit in. So for example, if I was doing that beach one again, I go through the photos. Again, pay attention to the free or the pro, depending on some of them. You'll have to pay for them or not. So in this case, we're just going to stick to the free. So I'm just going to put this image on here. Just wait for it to take its place. Actually double it twice. And there you go. And basically to get the text on it, if you just come over to the text section, and I'm just going to choose this size. For some reason Canva is a bit slow today. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to work this text. Now you can play around with where the text is positioned and alignment and the fonts and whatever. So for example, I want to go for a different font. Say for example, I'm just going to use this one here. Okay, so say I was going to use this font and I'm happy enough with it there. What I can do as well is I can put my domain name on it so that no matter where it goes, people can actually get back to my blog or website. So I'm just going to copy the text box again. I'm just going to re-edit it and just use the domain name. Now this is only a rush job, so I probably would choose a different font, but I'm sure you can see like this is a good enough template. If you wanted to, then you can actually move that text up to there. But basically, once you have this template made, you know, Canva is going to remember it, and you can actually use it over and over again. It'll be in your, when you go back to the front page, it'll be in your designs. So for example, if I want to change this to something else, it's just a matter of not touching the template and just letting the image drop into place. Now, depending on the back on the image, you might need to change the color of the text, but it's a matter of just double clicking, changing the color, changing the quote, the blog post title, or whatever you want to do. And in that space of time, I have gone from, once you've got the template up, like you can create maybe 3 images in, you know, 5 minutes very quickly, and it'll mean then you have your content for, you know, whether it's just you're going to drip feed it out one day or over 2 days or 3 days or whatever it is, but basically you have created all those social media images very, very quickly. You know, it doesn't matter what you're looking for. If you can't find the images in Canva, if you just come over to Pixabay, what you can do is you can select and find images that are relevant to your social media image that day, come back to Canva, and then what you will do is you'll see the upload button here. If you just click that upload button, it'll give you the option to upload the image, and you'll have it here, and then just a matter of you just double clicking on it and bringing it over here, and then you're good to go. And that is how easy it is to, you know, create quickly social media images from the content that you've created the day. Again, as I said, once you have this template, there's very, very little you need to do to alter it. You know, it's just a matter of dragging in at the images, moving the text around if you need to, depending on the image background, and changing the color of the fonts. But you can kind of, you know, by doing that and by having the same template, you know, you have the same kind of consistency all the time with your social media images, and it's basically because you're using the one template over and over again. So I'll see you in the next video.